Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of my MotoGP 18 career mode, and we are here for rounds number 7 and 8 in the Moto3 Championship. And if you guys did miss the last episode, then do check it out in the card annotation in the top right hand corner, where we actually got some Moto2 contract offers, and that gives you a bit of an idea of maybe how the episode went. But I do urge you to go check it out. It was a very interesting one, especially because I'm still trying to get used to this 105% AI. So if you did miss it, go click the link. But anyway, we are here for, like I said, rounds number 7 and 8, and today we are racing, I believe, around Catalunya and also around Assen, which is my all-time favourite MotoGP track. So pretty two good tracks, very enjoyable. Catalunya not so much, but still going to be great fun. I'm looking forward to it, and I know Assen's going to be one that I've got my eye on to try and have a good race, but overall, we're looking pretty good in the championship. You know, it could be better, but I'm not going to complain. It's been a very good debut season so far. As you can see here on screen, we are 1 point behind third place. So realistically, the target in this episode is to try and secure that third place and just slowly mount a challenge towards Canet and Martin. But on 105% AI, I am struggling to really get going here. But we'll see. It's a long season and there's a lot of points up for grabs. But in terms of this episode, we have a new upgrade on the bike. In the engine side of things, we have the second power upgrade. So hopefully that will help us out in this next race. So overall, I'm looking forward to it. So it's time for qualifying. And fingers crossed, after this Spain race, we might actually secure the first rider promotion, as you can see on the right-hand side there. So let's see what happens. It's time for qualifying for the Spanish Grand Prix. So I just realised it's not actually the Spanish Grand Prix. The real terminology for it is the Catalan or the Catalonian Grand Prix, as there are so many races in Spain. Either way, let's jump into qualifying and let's do this. Through the final corner, absolutely perfect through there. We're actually fastest in all three sectors. Are we fastest though across the line? No, we're not. We lose an absolute mountain of time through the final sector. But I'm actually a second faster in sector 1, and then I lose a lot of time in sectors 2 and 4. So let's try and recover that. End of lap 2, the AI have now really picked up their lap times. We've dropped down to P23, so we need to respond here with a better lap. 1 minute 50.3, that's much better, 7/10 off the pace. If we can dip it to 1 minute 49, we'll be looking pretty good, but I need to try and go for that 49.5 minimum. Okay, this lap looks pretty good. If I can just get the final corner absolutely nailed, Lord dab on the brakes, Lord down on shift, and there we go. That was pretty tidy actually. Sector 2 let me down. Sector 3 was my fastest ever sector 3, so we're looking good at the minute. Across the line, and we improved to third place. A 49.5. I reckon I could shave off a little bit more, but I think pole might be quite hard to beat. Well, I'm struggling to improve now. I think I've got nothing left to give. As we come across the line, it's nowhere near our personal best, and I think that's what I'm going to call it. I'm just struggling to really find the lap time. So far P3, I think we'll be okay to stay there. If not, we'll drop down to maybe P4, but I'm not too disappointed with that.
The qualifying session has just ended, and while the riders make their way back to their boxes, let's have a look at the final times that show us the front row for the start of tomorrow's Grand Prix. We are now transmitting from the starting grid, where everything seems ready. It's always difficult to predict the results of a Moto3 race, but the riders we're seeing right now definitely seem to be the favourites.
It's go time here in Catalunya. I'm looking forward to it. I want to try and get a podium. I need these points. I need at least second place, because I believe Della Porta got second place. So, or Bastianini, I'm not sure who it was now, but I need to get second place. I need that minimum. So the pressure's on, and we need to get as many points as possible. So let's jump into it now for the race for the Catalan Grand Prix. Okie dokie then, let's get ready. Going to get ready for the 5 red lights. And we are away finally in Catalunya. And I'm going to try and cut off some bikes. It's a pretty average start, if not a pretty poor one. I don't know how to get a good start. I'm very sorry, guys. I literally just, all I do is put the throttle down. Nothing I can do. Traction control's on. So, anyway, let's forget about that. Turn 1 for the first time. I'm very good on the brakes into here. Up the inside of Della Porta. I've got Alonso Lopez trying to make a move there. Antonelli also off to a great start. He's actually equal on points with me in the championship. And we've got Canet being overtaken by Bastianini on the inside here. So, very interesting developments here. If Canet doesn't get a chance to sort of get his rhythm going and take the lead, we've actually got a chance of winning this race, I feel, because we've got some great pace here. So it's all very close, and I feel like if anyone makes a mistake or something, it might actually cost the race. But right now, P4 on lap 1, we're looking good, as actually Canet goes back up the inside of Bastianini here. I'm getting overtaken, or attempting to get overtaken by bikes behind, but we've held on. But right now, P4, let's try and catch Antonelli. Okay, through turn 9, getting a great run on the Italian here. We're going to have a little look maybe into the hairpin. I don't know what I'm like on the braking. We'll find out shortly, but I'm going to go very late on the brakes. and it's very nice, using a little bit of curb to avoid hitting Bastianini there, but we've made the move beautifully and we're into third place, soon to be second here, as Bastianini is a little bit slow on the crossover, but so far we're back to where we started. Canet is getting a bit of a rhythm here, so I want to try and stop him from doing that. I know the AI are pretty good for this final sector. I think this corner here especially, they're pretty good at. That wasn't too bad from me. Now through the final corner, second gear, back to third, trying to play with the gears a bit. We've got the new straight line speed upgrade. Let's see if it makes any difference for us down this home stretch. We pick up a toe on Bastianini onto lap number 2 of 5. It looks like it's all pretty even Stevens as we now race down towards turn 1. My tyres are going off actually quite quick and I'm struggling to keep up with the front two. I can't really match my qualifying times either. I'm struggling to get into the 49s. 2 laps to go. At this point I might just settle for a third place. Onto the last lap. The guys behind us are starting to put some pressure on me. Antonelli and Della Porta really just pressing me hard. I've got to try and hold on to this. Okay, then through the final corner, I'm just going to throw it into the last one, make sure no one gets on my inside. A little bit of traction issues on the exit, rear tyre letting go, but we are going to hold on and we are going to pull through to come through in third place on the podium in the end, so not too bad, but I definitely wanted that second place at least. You know, Antonelli really put the pressure on me at the end there, and also Bastianini had some really good pace. He was actually on pace with Canet, which is not something you see very often this season. But overall, I'm not going to complain. A pretty decent result. But now let's look at the final race results.
The stars of this exciting race are finishing the final lap. Let's take advantage of these moments to take a look at the Moto3 final ranking.
Right then, it's time at Assen. This is one of my favourite, if not, it probably is my favourite track. It's just one that I've always gone well at. I have to be honest, I'm starting to say every race now, but this is one where I will settle for no less than a pole position and a race win. I've got the pressure on myself this weekend. I've got a chip on my shoulder. Let's try and get pole here at the TT circuit of Assen. Okay, we are fastest in sector 3. Not fastest overall in terms of, I think there's been faster lap times or sector times set. But we are faster than the pole time here. And on for the personal best, obviously, it is my first lap of the race. And we actually lose 1.2 in the final sector. Jeez, that's a lot of time to lose. Alright, let's see if we can try and improve. Alright, much better lap. Throwing it into the final chicane here. Flipping it across. Nice and tight to the line. We're on for an improvement. How much do we improve by? Not too bad. P6, 8/10 off the pace. Let's try again. But so far, I don't think pole is going to be a possibility. I think they have got way more pace than I expected. Alright, we're going to try again. I'm not on for a personal best this time around. Pretty poor attempt. Let's try one more time. But I feel like I'm going to struggle for this one. Alright, 2/10 down. I just need to throw it into this final chicane and hope it sticks. Really on the limit of the grip here. Burying right for the shortest run to the line. And do we improve? Not quite. I mean, we do improve a little bit, but still P6. Frustrating. Okay, I'm just a 10th down. I've just got to really throw it in there this time. Really attack the apex. Power on early. That was absolutely beautiful. Burying it right for the shortest run to the line. Is it enough? Not quite. Only a 10th shy. That is it. Like, I've got nothing more. That was an absolutely perfect lap. So we have to settle for P3, unfortunately.
That brings an end to the qualifying session for deciding pole. The results that you are looking at now don't just show us the grid positions, they also give us an idea of what the riders will be capable of in tomorrow's race. A few more minutes and the Moto3 race will begin. Right now, we are at the starting grid, waiting for the riders to receive the signal to start the warm-up lap.
Right, so I'm not really sure what to do for a start this race. What I might do is I might turn traction control off and see what happens. I'm just testing stuff at this point. I really don't know what to do to get a good start, so let's turn traction off and see if that works. Right then, traction control, we're going to switch that off. Get ready for the 5 red lights. And we are away at Assen, and it's still an average start. So, I don't know what to say. Just cannot get a good start. Either way, come on for the first time. Let's get on the inside line here if possible, and there we go. Recovering position straight away, P5 at the minute. Canet leads the way with Martin closely behind. We need to try and follow as much as we can here. Leave no gaps on the inside lines, otherwise we're going to go very, very wide. But so far, we're looking okay. This is a sector where I'm not particularly strong at. My first sector is probably my weakest sector out of them all. So once I survive this first one, I'm okay through the rest of the lap, especially sectors 2 and 3. Sector 4 can be a weak one if I don't get it right, but so far we've got through the worst part of the lap. Now it's time to crack on with it and push hard. It's flat out through this first part of the chicane, and then you want to get the bike into the left-hander, and I'm barely losing any momentum here as we then feed it into the next right-hander, taking a very early apex to try and attack the corner. You've got loads of curb on the exit here to try and attack and use, as we're now very close to Bastianini. Let's see how late we can brake, more like, into this corner, as I'm curious to see what the AI's brake points are. This next corner here, I hate this corner, this next double combination, because it's so long and so frustrating on the power. You're sort of just waiting for the track to straighten up, which is about now. You can take that second one flat if you get the line right, which is what I was doing in qualifying. That time, though, I got it all wrong. I just cannot keep up with the top 4 at the moment. I'm really just, I don't have the pace. I'm considering going back down to maybe like 104, 103 AI, because I just can't make the inroads. It's so frustrating. The AI are actually genuinely very consistent at every single racetrack, so it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing because I can't get on top of 105 AI, and that's really making it a frustrating situation for me. So I've got that entire section absolutely horribly wrong, all out of shape, and I'm cooking my tyres. On to the last lap of the Grand Prix. I don't think I'm going to be catching anyone anytime soon. I can't even get into a 42 lap, which is really frustrating. My tyres are going off. I think I'd be happy to hold on to P5 at this point. Della Porta just snuck up my inside here. I'm going to have to try and respond, but I'm running out of tyres into the slow drooping hairpin. Traction on in first gear, but Della Porta's got so much more exit speed. I don't understand why his bikes are so much good acceleration. Maybe I need to do an acceleration upgrade in the power, because the power's working for me on the straights, but the acceleration is so piss poor. All the way down to P6 now, and last lap of the Grand Prix, I think we're going to struggle to get that place back unless we get him into this next right-hander. I'm going to sort of barge my way through. I'm very hot on the brakes though. I'm going to have to run very wide onto the curbing to try and give myself a chance. This is going to be a battle to the finish, I feel like, with Della Porta here. We've got to try and not let him take it, but we've hit the deck. We tapped the back of him, and that is going to be disaster for us. Big disaster. And I think that's going to be all she wrote. If we can just finish it in the points, that'd be good. But even then, I think I'm going to struggle. I just can't hold the lines. I mean, my tyres are just... Oh, come on. Right. Good exit out of there, or I mean, respectable exit at least. Up the inside of Jacob Kornfeil. We've made the move. Now, can we get Migno before the end of the race? I'm just going to have to throw the bike into these next few corners here. Play around with the brakes a bit, but I'm nowhere near him. Nowhere near. Final chicane. Throwing it in there. I could just, for the rear tyres, wanting to just get out either way. There we go. Cross the line. P13. Not great at all. Not good at all. You can see the shake of the head. It says it all.
The Parc Fermé is starting to fill up with the stars of the race. Let's take a look at a graphic of the official results of the just finished Moto3 race.
And there you go. Canet wins ahead of Martin, and Fabio Di Gianantonio takes third place ahead of Bastianini and Della Porta and Antonelli in P6. I'm going to lose a lot of places in the championship, I think. And yeah, there we go. We dropped down to P5 from P3. So very annoying. 75 points off the top now. So we're nowhere. We just cannot keep up at the minute. We need to upgrade the bike more. Also, I feel like I might just lower difficulty a bit, because 105 is just a fraction too much. I might just go into 104. But in terms of the actual reputation itself, we are going to get a few development points. Not many though. Luckily, by accident in the Spain race, I did practice, so we got a few points underneath us. So let's buy some upgrades and let's see how that goes. Right, we have 11,297 points to burn. So straight away, traction, need that. I'm going to need that big time. 7,392 to spend. Now, I can't really get 2 upgrades from that. Because we're looking at 8,000, so maybe we'll go for maybe another traction one, to be honest. I might just go for a double traction upgrade, really improve the acceleration of the bike, and that's going to leave us with 2,700 left over, which we will spend in the next episode. But anyway, guys, that has been it for this episode of the MotoGP Rider Career Mode. If you have enjoyed it, then please do leave a like on the video. Let's try and smash 150 likes for this episode, guys. Also, if you're new on here, please do subscribe for daily MotoGP and F1 content. And finally, do check out these 2 videos on screen if you have missed them. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.